Hey Josh, I've looked over your lesson plan and here's my feedback. This is very well aligned from the content that you're choosing from the movie clips directly into the established goals and then the way in which you're teaching them. I love the fact that you're teaching them like to analyze the medium of movie by looking at light, by looking at sound, all those different things. I think that's a really, really beautiful piece that you're doing there. Um, and your assessments. I like the variety of assessments you have in here too. Keep doing things like this. Think carefully though, about not overburdening the kids, not overburdening yourself. I don't think that you're overburdening here, but in general, when I glance at an assessment section and I end up seeing like 5, 6 bullets in there, that's when I start to wonder, ooh, is it too much for one class? Is it not is it too much for the students, too much for the teacher? So just kind of keep your eye on that as you're moving through. As usual, your lesson plans are extremely thorough and well thought through. And you have continued to present this thoroughness. And I've been, I think you're in Jerry's, huh? You in Jerry's 402 class right now? Yeah. So, because we've been talking about the depth of your lesson plans and how you imagine through your students. And so I think you're ready for me to provide you with a little bit of a challenge. I want to challenge you to work on the skill of scaffolding questions with a recalcitrant class, okay? Here's an example. So I was watching Leah Fairchild teach yesterday, and she did a fantastic job. She was working with a bunch of eighth graders, and at moments, they were much like your lesson plan imagines, right? There's a lot of feedback, a lot of back and forth, a lot of good answers coming out of the kids, but oftentimes, in middle school and high school classrooms, if it's late in the day and the kids are tired and it's, a Thursday afternoon or who knows what, the planets are aligned wrong, they often can sit there and stare, right? They're waiting for the smart kid to give the answer. They're waiting for the blabbermouth to talk and waste time. And it's going to really challenge you when things like that come along because, here's an example right here. What else have you guys felt when reading the book? Do you feel connected to Charlie? Okay, so those are very interesting questions, and I think good questions, and you've got a student answering you immediately here, in which case you're able to build on her answer. How does the author do that? Let's reimagine some of these questioning scenarios in the sense that, what else have you felt when you read the book? Do you feel connected to Charlie? And you get nothing but crickets, right? And let's reimagine then how you would address that and how you would scaffold those questions to motivate the students to answer, to help them do the risk taking that they need to when they answer. Some classes, some schools, some groups of kids, it's just the peer pressure is immense. They haven't had a lot of academic success in the past, and answering teachers' questions in class is a really high risk. And even with something basic like this, like what else have you guys felt when reading the book? I mean, seriously, like no necessarily right or wrong answers, like answer and defend it, but just the raising of the hand is too much of a risk, right? So I think I'm going to challenge you to start imagining your way through a recalcitrant class and then show me your real like ability to scaffold questions in for the students. That you're continually dipping into their experience and their memory loop and bringing them back into the text. Now, I think that you'll be successful at this because I really like the flow of your lesson plan. Bear with me while I scroll. So you've got them doing their warm up, and you bring them back in, talk about the book a little bit. You come back to your warm up and you tell them we're going to compare the book to the movie opening. And then I love that you like very direct instructions. Get your paper, set it up like this. Write down some things about Charlie, and then we're going to watch the movie a little bit, and then we're going to talk about Charlie. Then I'm going to give you some information, and now given this new information, let's watch again. And I love that fluidity, that back and forth, that you're bringing them from concrete, like movie or text, like it's right there in front of us, to abstract, ideas of how to interact with it, to concrete, movie or text, to abstract, how do we feel about it, back to the concrete. And think about that kind of really natural fluidity that you have when you're looking at designing these question scaffolding for recalcitrant classes, okay? But this lesson plan is fantastic. I love it, and I think that you are ready for a challenge. Thanks.